Too soon.
Shalom! Tottenham Hotspur are Europa League Cup winners 2025. Hey! Welcome all. Tottenham Hotspur have ended 17 years of hurt by beating Manchester United 1-0 in Bilbao. In a somewhat scrappy game, you could see why both these teams have been struggling in the Premier League this season, but the fact was Spurs wanted it more on the night and just about deserved their victory. The winning goal summed up the game as it was a scrappy goal, eventually bouncing into the net off Luke Shaw. The Spurs won't care, as it meant they lifted a European trophy for the first time since 1984, plus gaining entry into next season's Champions League. Their players gave absolutely everything. Solanke ran himself into the ground. Richarlison had to take himself off after suffering cramp in both legs. Romero was an absolute colossus at the heart of the defence, earning himself man of the match and later on winning player of the tournament. Van der Ven alongside him was just as good, making a fantastic acrobatic clearance off the line from a Højlund header, which looked like it was virtually in. Bissouma, Danny's mate, was absolutely magnificent, probably his best game in a Spurs shirt. He was absolutely everywhere, winning 4 out of 4 tackles, completing 6 clearances and 2 interceptions. Daniel say, about time. Vicario looked nervous at times, but in added time, we'll let him off as he made a match-winning save to keep out Shaw's header somehow. Man United dominated possession with 73.3% of the ball, but apart from those 2 chances previously mentioned, didn't really create much. And when Danzo come on to make it a back 5, it became even harder for Manchester United to break through. So, Danny, I'll come to you first. What you saying, bruv?
Well, you've got to congratulate the club, really, haven't you? And the players. I think they've done banging. I mean, do you know what? When I looked at it last night and I started on the old coverage and I was watching it and I was thinking, do you know what? You could see the glimmers of white just starting to flicker into that stadium. And once that ends, I'm not being funny. I'm not just saying it because we're Spurs fans, but you look at our end and it was completely gleaming, nice white and little bits of blue in there. Man United were waving their silly black, white and red flipping flags that you couldn't see because it actually blended into the red seats of the actual stadium. So you couldn't see them. You could hear mutterings of Man United and this and that. Nothing, mate. Do you know what? First of all, I need to. Has not been my greatest of what do I call him? Managers this season, but I'll give him a clap. He's done something there, and he's obviously he's got the team playing in Europe, and so he needs a pat on the back for that. So we shall see what the future brings for him. But I thought the fans were brilliant last night. In their numbers, I think we outnumbered 2-1 Man United. So loads of my mates have been saying it was just a white seat. But no, players did well, banging. Loved the interviews afterwards with Madders and stuff, not a lot, giving it back to the pundits. But no, brilliant. The club won its competition. Do you know what I mean? Although we know it's the standard of the competition is not where it was with the Champions League teams coming down. Not to downplay anything, they've won it. You can only beat who's in front of you, and we did it. So yes, that is our European trophy for the season. Well done, Spurs.
Simon?
Chuffed. Love it. Love it. Come on, you Spurs. Oh, mate. I think back to that interview with him, and in September last year, and someone said something about, oh, you usually win the trophies. He went, mate, I don't usually win a trophy in my second season. Yeah. I always win a trophy. And I was like, come on, mate. Yeah. What are you talking about? Don't put that on you. You put a target on
Pressure
you
yourself, yeah.
there, and they've gone through the season, and at some point they've made a decision and they've run the numbers, and it's probably they've run out of players, and they're looking at it and they're thinking, right, I've got the league, I've got Carabao, I've got FA Cup, and I got Europa. Run the numbers. We can't do all of these. If we give everything in the league, we might come 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Is that where our efforts need to go? And it looks like they put their efforts into Carabao and Europa.
He said that, didn't he?
And they made one of them happen.
Yeah.
And it's just like, and I think the thing was, it was the way he made it happen yesterday, because it's like we've played them 3 times before that already this season. He's got their number. He knows what to do against them. And he knows that with Van der Ven, with Romero, with our first choice defence, there's not much that Man United's attack can do to them.
No, they were
fine.
flimsy.
We'll set up and we'll defend, and we'll nick something somewhere. We've got enough up front to be able to nick something somewhere, and did exactly that. And I was just like, I mean, it wasn't great to watch, but ultimately,
who cares?
I sit back today and I think I could not give a flying anything that it was a poor game to watch. It was all about getting the job done and the club a trophy. That's exactly what they did last night. So hats off to everyone involved.
Big John, how you feeling today, man?
Sod the Arsenal, sod the Chelsea. We've got a fucking cup in our fucking cabinet, and we're off to Tottenham tomorrow, Lou.
What did you think of the game then? Who did you stood out for you then, Johnny?
VDB, Johnson. Johnson stood up for a change, didn't he? Papa Matasar, my favourite.
Yeah.
Oh, mate. What a fucking Clark. Bunch of legends. Fucking bunch of legends.
Where do you think then? Where do Spurs go from here? Should Ange stay? He wants to stay, he said, and build a team. I was telling Danny before we come on air that Sky Sports done a poll today of should Ange stay or go, and 75% said he should stay. I don't really want to chat too much about his future because I don't want to dampen it, but we'll start with you, John. What would you do? Would you give him like 10, 15 games, or would you just say, look, you've won us a cup, mate, but you can't do it in the Premier League? Here's your £2 million bonus. Shalom.
No, he's moving back into White Hart Lane, bro. He's fucking staying here for the next fucking season, isn't he? It's absurd to get rid of him. Absurd.
Danny?
Do you know what? My heart says, mate, right. My heart says, right, I'm chuffed to bits for the bloke that he can stand there, right, in front of the fucking cameras and the medias, because the media agenda, not just this season, but last season's 5, 10, 15, God, it goes back years. The media agenda against Spurs and ex-players against Spurs has been horrific. Absolutely horrific, mate, for fucking some time now. And do you know what? I'm chuffed to fuck that he can stand there and go, if he walks away, right, then I'll give him a clap and say, do you know what? Cheers, Ange. We may not have done it in the league, all the other cups, but you've got us that European trophy and you've got us Champions League football. So well done for that. If he stays, I'm a little bit dubious as to where's he going to go? What's going to happen for him? Is Levy going to give him 200 fucking million? Is he going to go and say, right, we need fucking Eze, we want Gaye, we need to fucking activate their release clauses, because there's no point going in half-heartedly and offering them 38 million and fucking probably Reguilon, because that ain't going to wash. Crystal Palace will want the one grass. So what I'm saying is, if Ange stays, he needs to be backed, and we need literally another 11 players, quality players that can come in and play that similar. I mean, who's to say we can't play that way in the Premier League? We know it's fast and furious. Why can't we? Why can't we play the way? I know last night was boring. The second half, I can't remember us even having a shot. I can't remember us.
We only had one.
3 or 4 times I think we ventured into there. I think the ball was actually in their half, bouncing more times than any of the Spurs players in the second half. But they knew what they were going to do. I just think that has I didn't see Levy once last night on the TV. And I'll stand corrected. I didn't see him once with Ange.
I saw him in the changing rooms after giving his speech.
Yeah, I didn't see him outside on the pitch. I didn't see him or anything like that. I just think that if they're gonna keep him, they're gonna say, look, because he's still under contract, isn't he?
2 years.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So, yeah, he's got his bonus. If you're going to keep him, we need to know. I want to start asking questions now. Where are we going from here? Because we all know that we've been a right big failure in the fucking. We need to compete in all the 4 competitions now, and the Champions League just takes it up that massive, massive notch. We don't have the squads of the other top 6, 8 teams now in that league. Do you know what I mean? And I include Aston Villa and flipping Newcastle in that because we don't have that capability of dropping Van de Ven or Romero for a game. Do you know what I mean? How many times have we seen our back 4? I don't want to harp on about it. A decision needs to be made. He's either stay in and we back him, or we're going to say, thanks, Ange, thanks a lot. We never know. He might walk himself. We just don't know. I don't think he'll walk. I think
he said last night he wants to stay and sign a club.
Yeah. He said he's still got a project. The project's still here, and the aim is to still win a lot more. And this is the stepping stone he's on about. You've got to breed a winning mentality. Yeah. This cup could breed that winning mentality for Tottenham. It could attract the better players. We're going to need that better class of players with the Champions League and the Premier League. Domestic cups, they're always nice, but Premier League and Champions League are the last 2 places you really want to have your pants pulled down big time. And he had that last time with Celtic. So I don't know whether he wants to go through that whole flipping shebang and all that. I just think the bloke's brilliant. He's 2 fingers up at the media. They're either going to keep him, back him, and we need to spend a lot of money, and we need to get quality players in. And I mean, I'm talking like 6, 7 players here, quality players across that board. And we get rid of the dross that we've got, because we have got an awful lot of dross there that are just hangers on and are happy to celebrate the win. Do you know what I mean? So,
all right, Simon.
I'm like that with him at the moment.
All go. It's a tough one, isn't it now?
I mean, I've got to the point now where I think it's down to him. It's like, does he want it? And if he wants it, and Levy wants this as well, they got to back him. Mm. There's no point keeping him and not backing him, because this squad, we sneaked into the Champions League through the back door. We haven't gone through there on merit, like by being a proper full season team. We've managed to sneak in the back door, and we don't have to squad for the Champions League. They've got to back him. He's gotten the place back at the top table, and they've got to back him now. You look at the squad, and you feel like we're probably 6 or 7 quality players away from being a Champions League team.
Where do you think they need to strengthen then?
So I think it's increasing the quality. So you look at it. So if you look at it, so you've got keepers. You've obviously got Vicario and Kinski. So you've got 2 in a position, but would you want a better keeper? Probably. Then you look at the defence, and you've got at centre back. You've got Mickey and Christian, and you kind of think, is Romero definitely staying? Because all the talk he's had since the game, I don't know if it's because he's buzzing after the game, but he's like, I've never said anything like that, and I don't want to leave. So what are you talking about? I can't control what people say about me, and I'm not going to keep answering the question. And so you've got Mickey, Christian, Danso, and then you've got Vuskovic coming back, who could be you look at what he's doing in the continent, and then you've got Little Phillips. So you've got kind of 5 decent centre backs. Yeah. Then you've got Porro and Spence for right backs. You've got a Doggy, and clearly he doesn't fancy Reggie, so you need another left back. So you've got all of the bits you need for that defence, and that's without playing that's without even talking about like Ben Davis, who's been here forever and he can fit in any and not playing Archie at the back as well. Yeah. Where I think you get Biss playing his best, and you get Rodrigo and you get Paps all playing their best. If you've got 3 choices at centre back, centre mid, plus you've got Bergvall, and you kind of think, but I really, what I want is for a leader in the middle of that park to replace 1 or 2 of those. You can probably sell 2 of those and buy that guy, whether you know what I mean, the Yaya Toure, Patrick Vieira, Roy Keane, that guy that's going to be in there leading from the middle. And then I still think we need another striker. And I think our wide players aren't quite good enough. I think Sonny is past his best, and you could see even one. I mean, Richarlison yesterday ran himself ragged. He was attacking, he was defending the whole game, and Brennan less so. But we looked like we had less cover when
Sonny went on.
When Sonny came on and Richie went off. And I'm glad that Sonny's got his trophy. And now, but you feel like still the wide players, you kind of feel like Tell's not quite there. You kind of feel like Alderbert's not quite there. You feel like, and just think yesterday we didn't have Decky, Madders or Bergvall available.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going on in this squad. But
there is a good squad there, isn't there? Mm.
Yeah, but it feels like we could probably do with moving on kind of 4 or 5.
It's Simon.
Adding some money to it and kind of increasing the quality of what we've got, particularly from an attacking perspective. Because if you've got Vuskovic and Phillips going back, they're behind Dancer, you kind of got some centre backs there. So I think we need a better keeper and better wide players and another striker and a real big man in the middle.
What do you think about this for number 6, Simon? I was hearing things today. Do you remember Paulinho that used to be at Fulham? He went to Bayern Munich for 47.4 million and has hardly played, and he wants to come back to the Premier League. Do you think that'd be a good signing? But he is 29. But
I don't think Levy's going to buy that old. I think
that's what I didn't think. Ange said he wants experienced players. Would he? I don't know.
But I think he's.
Would that be a good signing?
I'd say he's probably about 3 years over what the top end of what we're buying.
The other shout was Douglas Luiz that used to play for Villa. Because we need someone like that, don't we?
I mean, as much as what I've had me splits with flipping Basuma, he's looked okay the last 3 games, but it's a seasonal thing. Do you know what I mean? You can't just fucking be a right fucking mincing twat and give the ball away willy-nilly like in the Carabao Cup at Liverpool. He resulted in that first goal. Do you know what I mean? And that's where things started from. Far too many times this season, he has been at fault. Yeah, and I don't think our midfield is nowhere near. And do you know what? I take out Bergvall and Gray because they're young lads. I class our midfield as what is literally Bentancur, Maddison, Sarr, and Basuma, and that's more or less the core of our midfield. Do you know what I mean? Because Decky plays across the front 3. He can drop in and like that. I don't think there's enough quality in that area between Bentancur. If it was a choice between keeping Bentancur and Basuma, I'd rather keep Bentancur because I think he's just starting to come back to a bit of form. And I just think Basuma, Ange's system thrives on having 3 big, powerful people in that middle that have got engines and can be run up and down. But they've also got to have that little bit of flair as well. Do you know what I mean? And I just don't see that in our midfield at the moment. Sarr, I love him. His energy, his work rate is fucking.
That's Johnny's mate.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. But he's been a little bit up and down. But then you can't. Look, we've won the fucking cup, and we're sitting here questioning now. Do you know what I mean? There's things obviously that we all feel.
Now we've gone through the team, there is a bright future there, isn't there? Because you've got the basis of a good squad. Do you know what I mean? But we just need.
This is what Simon was saying, though. I think 29 is too old. I think if he's looking at players now, Ange doesn't want to bring in old players that have maybe got a season, or he wants to be bringing in 24, 25, 26-year-olds that have that experience. Do you know what I mean? And there's quite a few out there. You just got to go and pick them.
It's a shame, because when I was watching Basuma last night, I don't know what you thought, John, but I thought, and I said to the lads there, that is the Basuma that we thought we were getting from Brighton.
Yeah.
You know,
his work rate was absolutely lovely last night. Yeah.
He doesn't play like that every game. And I was sitting there thinking, why can't you play like this every game?
He doesn't play like that any game. I think that's the first time I've seen him play like that. When we bought him from Brighton, I was like, yes, please. I want this lad. And I've never seen that from him. At least with Bentancur, when he first joined, he was a revelation. He was my favourite player in that first season. He was unreal.
You can see his quality.
Like he's just starting to get back there as well.
Yeah.
Perhaps this will perk him up. Perhaps this cup will perk them all up.
I don't think Basuma will stay. I think he'll be sold.
No, he'll be gone, mate. He'll be gone. I don't know. Well, Harry today wants to sell Sarr. I know you've not been a great fan of him, have you, John? But when I see Sarr in the previous seasons, he's a type of player that needs 5, 6, 7 games in a row to get with it. He
is flimsy.
Yeah.
He plays better when he's had a lot of games in him, doesn't he, as well?
Yeah.
He does, yeah. But I don't think they'll get rid of him, though, because he's still young.
And he's the only one who's got the energy levels to play how Ange wants to play.
Yeah.
He's done a lot of
brilliant for energy, isn't he? Absolutely a legend for energy.
Have you got any ideas who they should go in for then? Not strikers or wingers? Because that's what Eze obviously stands out, don't he? Eze.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to, for me, we need an Eze type player.
He wants to come, apparently, don't he?
Well, do you know what I mean? There's things that you see in the media. Things after the Palace thing when they're asked when the last game when obviously he scored the 2 goals and fans are asking him, "Can you come to Thamesmead?" And he turns and smiles. And do you know what I mean? And then does all this. Give me the call. I want to come. He's got friends. He's good friends with Dominic. He's good friends with Flipping Matters. Do you know what I mean? And it's the younger players as well. So him, he's a cut above what we signed last season. And I include Bergvall and all that in that because he's starting to thrive now. We don't want to miss out on a chance to get him. We need a decent another centre half. If Romero's not going to go, Gay would. But then
I'm quite happy with Danzo, Dan.
I am, mate. I love Danzo. He's
been absolutely outstanding.
Man United last night. Every time I said to Zach, I said, "Do you know what? Man United can pump that ball in that flipping box as much as what they want." Because I tell you what. Meatball Head ain't getting fuck all. As soon as they put Maguire up there, he knew. Ange knew as soon as they put Meatball Head up front, that was all they were going to do was that long ball looking down for that knockdown.
He done a great header, didn't he, Danzo, at one point?
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah. He cut him.
Romero had slab head rattled.
Yes, big time. And Johnson did. That started in the first half, that did, where it was a little bit snappy. Johnson was showing a bit of flipping toughness.
There was a bit of after the game. There was a bit of a scuff.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
but Romero does it on purpose. But I love players with shit housery. That's why I love Romero and I love Richarlison for that.
Yeah.
You need people like that.
Can't
for me.
Sorry.
The thing is, we hopefully we've got Paratici coming back to help us with these.
Nods on now, yeah. So surely he's already got.
Harry likes that Meatball Head.
Yeah, he likes that.
We always call him Potato Head in this house.
Yeah. But it's going to be interesting. I think the future's bright. I'm in 2 minds. I've said this before in my videos. My head goes round like an owl. I think it's my art rule is ruling my head because I was like, Ange out. I've had enough. But now I think,
I just don't want us to be. I don't want us. See, I think their mentality in Europe was they're going to go into that game and they're going to win those games.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Premier League, it's an empty box. Mm. And then they chuck in loads of fucking lumps of shit in there and you don't know what's going to come out. It's like somebody is transformed those players. They have a fear of playing in the Premier League. Oh, Christ almighty, we've all seen it this season. The games that we've lost and the way we've lost those games. We've been far too high up the pitch. We've been ripped open by teams at the bottom end below us. Do you know what I mean? So, I'm a bit with you, Lou. I mean, I was Ange out. I don't mind him staying, but they need to back him, and he needs to seriously change a few of his ways in how he sets our team up in the right light. I think
that's a good shout, Harry. But you ain't getting him. Shalom, you're not getting him because
I don't like him.
No, you don't.
I can't stand the geezer's
I
face.
hate him.
You won't get him now that they've won a trophy, will you? You won't get him now that they've won a trophy. I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say something then. I can't remember what I was going to say.
You're talking about players.
Yeah, I think I was talking about.
There's an Argentinian striker just.
I don't want him to ruin the little legacy that he's got. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather him just.
Well, after 10 games, that could be really detrimental.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We could be not have won a game in the Premier League, lost against I don't know, a couple of teams that have come up or a couple of teams that
it's no coincidence that the games what we've won this season is when we've been forced back. So that should tell him the high line don't work in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I mean, last night that decided to go back, didn't they? Sit back. But do you know what I'm saying?
They were going to sit back though, weren't they?
Hey?
They had that plan. As soon as you could see that the plan to me looked like they were just going to try and contain Man United and hope for the best that they could do that. But I think they knew that they could do that anyway. That's why he switched to that 5 at the back. And Man United didn't really have any. I mean, even in the first half, Hamed was their only outlet, really. Do you know what I mean? It was okay. You've seen flashes of that Doggy or whoever he is.
Doggy got to grips with him in the second half, didn't he? Because he wasn't a threat then.
Yeah.
He was a big threat in the first half. Fair play to Doggy there.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's been a great night, though, isn't it, lads? Well, can't believe it still.
We can't grumble. Do you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Arsenal fans are just absolutely. I mean, I keep hearing it. I laugh. People just going on and on and on about flipping. Well, it's a second tier flipping trophy. This and yeah,
but they never.
You haven't won a trophy in how long? And how long's Arteta's project going to carry on going?
Oh,
Can
mate,
you imagine?
Taking the piss, isn't it? It's like a fucking horrible soap opera, mate.
I mean,
always next year, the piss taking bastards.
That tie, right, on Arsenal fan TV, all he keeps going on, right. I watched it the other night I think it was when they played against Newcastle, and all he's going on, 15 years. It's just repetitive. He's living in the fucking past.
Yeah. Could you imagine
that?
Imagine it, John, if we end up winning the Super Cup.
Oh mate, 2 cups, that'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Another parade.
Oh, I'll tell you what, mate, that's going to be a tough one, but you never know.
Spurs versus PSG.
Do you think that? I think it'll be in the Milan.
Have them for breakfast.
No, I think PSG will have 2.
Well, if it is PSG, that'd be all right because all the football will be played on the halfway line because they do an eye as we do.
Yeah, being entertaining. I just don't want it to be a flipping cricket score.
No. Is there anything else you want to add, lads? I don't want to go into too much depth because I want this to be like a celebration. No morbidity.
I'm still celebrating, Lou. It was only this morning I stopped crying, brother. I couldn't believe it.
It was amazing.
Tears of joy. Fucking 14 hours, brother.
Was you pissed, John?
Yeah. Well, no. Was I pissed last night? No, I was sober last night. I'm getting on it tonight.
You got to go to the parade tomorrow.
That's all right, Lou. My sister lives near there, so
yeah, I was going to go. It's just too much hassle, man. I wonder if a lot of fans will stay away, John. You might be lucky because we've got the home game against Brighton. They'd have the cut there, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I thought they was going to do the parade on Sunday, to be honest with you.
It makes sense, right?
Yeah.
We were going to drive up there, but you're never going to get a space.
What was that shit story that was on media saying that from UEFA rules not allowing us to bring back the trophy to England?
It must be bullshit because tomorrow's a parade.
Yeah,
why would they say that?
I don't know. There was some media story earlier.
I don't believe nothing.
I'll tell you what, though, I did like it with Maddison when he was having a bit of a piss out at fucking Roy Keane.
Yeah. And didn't someone have a go at Carragher as well?
Carragher.
Because Micah Richards was picking it up.
Micah Richards, yeah.
Yeah. But they have got it in for Spurs. You know what I mean? They have, and they'll have to leave it now, won't they?
Yeah, well, no, it was Maddison that turned around. I think he turned around and said, oh, yeah, all you keep doing is just criticising us and just picking faults at fucking our team and this, that, and the other. And he said, well. But then, no, it was actually Madders they pulled Madders over, didn't they? And he wasn't going to do the interview. And he went, and then I heard Roy Keane was on. He goes, so I thought I'm going to come over and just rub it in a little bit or something.
Had Simon Jordan today slaughtering Spurs, didn't we? On fucking.
Was he?
talk shite. I hate that geezer.
Keown will be doing it.
He just, you know how he likes to take the piss out of everyone and think he knows better, and he just needs a good hiding, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He's
Just all Palace, mate. Oh, mate, they're a joke anyway.
Well, he can't say nothing. He made himself bankrupt.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I said to the missus.
Talk sport. I don't really go on there because they're anti-Spurs and all.
Proper.
Well, at the end of the day, the media's got fuck all to say now. They can't say the trophy cabinet's fucking empty. They can't say how many years is it going to be before Tottenham win another trophy, because it's fucking happened. So fuck the fucking lot of them.
Do you know what? Yeah. It's been a good year for football, really, with the underdogs winning the cup, or so-called underdogs.
All the birds.
Yeah,
it's good to see, innit? Because it was getting a bit boring, weren't it? Like City and all this.
Do you know what? It's got so boring, isn't it? The Premiership. It has got really boring. The same top three in the top. Oh, mate, it's just a joke. Man City buying everybody and needs a overhaul, doesn't it?
Well, I still think we can be up there next season if we invest, like Simon said, on 2 or 3 quality players. I don't think you're going to get 7 or 11 players in. You know, I think it's a time where he's got to now. If you want to spend 200 million, spend 200 million on 3 players, not 6 or 7. Yeah, Harry, he was driving us mad, weren't he? That ref last night.
Mate.
Yeah, he was diabolical.
I don't know if it was just us, was it, Harry and Lee watching it, but being biased. But I thought this geezer's taking the piss, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the way Man United were just fucking diving all over the fucking place.
Yeah. Mate, Fernandes. Do you know what? I can't even watch that geezer play football no more.
Well, he's leaving Man United apparently now.
Oh, good.
He's off to Saudi, isn't he?
Oh, that's lovely. We don't have to see his face anymore. We only need to get rid of fucking that Gordon, what he just said. I can't stand his face. Garnacho, can't stand his face. Mate.
I think he made a mistake. I think he brought Garnacho on too late because he did affect the game a little bit. Better for Man United when he come on, but
yeah, he's a shit manager, isn't he? That fucking.
I don't know. I do feel sorry for him, to be fair. I can understand why he didn't want to go in mid-season because he knew. I like
the manager.
I don't think you judge him yet, John, because he's took over a team what Ten Hag has built.
Yeah, true. It's all Ten Hag players, isn't it? That's true.
Yeah, whoever let him do that, and they are. I mean, that's whacked them back even more. This now, not winning that because they're in such debt.
He plays a 3-4-3 system, and I like that system. And I think we've got the players to play that.
Yeah. Well, I think they've got. Definitely he needs another couple of years at least, Dan.
Oh yeah, mate. He does,
yeah. Yeah, but they've already said he's job safe. You can't get rid of him after fucking 6 months, can you?
No.
You just cannot. It'd be fucking
season, doesn't it?
It's going to be interesting now to see how much, because obviously United are going to have to sell to buy. It's going to be very interesting to see how much money they're going to give Ange, if it's Ange or whoever it is, and it's going to be very
that'd be so interesting to see how much he's proper back this after winning this cup, isn't it?
Yeah,
you know.
And I hope they have an overhaul or an investigation into their medical staff, why they'll be getting so many injuries, because this was like beyond a joke. There's got to be a reason why they got so many.
But it's kind of like stopped a little bit, hasn't it? The old hamstring injuries and stuff.
Too fit to play him. Yeah. That clearance last night, eh?
Oh, mate, that was like an angel, wasn't it?
I thought that was in. That was absolutely mental, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he hurt his back.
Yeah. It was better looking as you were in the goal, looking back towards where it came headed from. It was such. You could just see him watching that ball the whole time.
Yeah.
Classiest
move I've ever seen him as a defender.
That save as well, because I thought he looked dodgy last night, Vicario, but that save.
I don't trust him at all.
No, because I thought that Kingsky's looked actually pretty good in the last 2 games.
He has, yeah. His distribution and stuff is so much better.
Vicario is like he's old in soap.
He's old though, isn't he, Vicario? Is he 29?
Yeah. He was worried.
I think
he's about 29.
They did do well on the corners, didn't they? Tottenham.
Yeah. It's not a place where we concede a lot of goals, though, is it?
No, there's obviously been some work done there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got anything to add, Simon?
No, I just
Happy, ain't you?
yeah, I'm just buzzing that it's finally happened because you look at it in the last 4 finals we've had, we lost all 4.
Yeah.
So we've been close a few times, but it's just good to just get it done and get it over the line and to do it by changing the tactics and really outthinking the other team.
Yeah. That's
Because
a massive off their back. I think
if we'd have just done it the old high line gung ho business, we probably would have lost.
I said that before the game to Harry and Lee. That was key for me. If we play the high line, then it won't work. I'm just hoping that, like I said, Daddy earlier. He said, "Why can't Spurs play that in the Premier League?" Well, you saw how knackered they was last night playing like that. So I don't think you could sustain it, could you?
Yeah, but I mean,
You've got to find like an in between.
They did 45 minutes, and I can't say they did a hell of a lot of running in that 45 minutes. They looked absolutely knackered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And Dominic Solanke, I was thinking, Christ, I might just get Tell on, or just get Odebear on, just to get in and amongst them, because at one stage I just looked and the ball went one side, and Dominic just jumped in the air and he went hands on his hips, and then he's like,
he looked worn out, didn't he, yesterday?
Get him
I
off.
said to Harry and Lee at half time, I think I messaged you, Dan, I can't remember. I said at half time the things what I would say to him. And the first thing was, your press at the moment is reactive, it ain't proactive. So Harry was like, what do you mean? I said, well, they're going to press them just before they're going to play it. Do you know what I mean? So it wasn't even the press. And then it was just Solanke. If you're going to press, you've got to do it quick, and you've all got to go together.
Mind you, I'm not being
If
funny.
you
Man
remember
United are shit. I'm not taking anything away from it.
If you can't press Manchester United properly,
they are shit at the back.
Yeah. And Solanke doing it all on his own. He's wasting energy, isn't he? Because he looked shattered, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely shattered. The press is good if you can get it right. But you shouldn't be looking round as a striker thinking, where's the others pressing? It's too late then. It's gone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You might as well not press. That is why I think he does so much work. He probably does a bit too much. Did you see that chance what he had? And his first, I can't remember who played it through to him now, to Solanke, and his first touch let him down.
His legs were
so yeah.
He's gone, man. You know what I mean? Because it happens to it.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add, Big John, before you go on the piss?
Mate, do you know what? We was all little school kids the last time we won this cup, weren't we?
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I mean, 41 years later, we're all getting old boys now, and we fucking got another cup. Fucking beautiful.
I don't care. No one says it's still the UEFA Cup to me.
Yeah, same
yeah, definitely.
I'm glad Harry's got to see the UEFA Cup win as well.
Yeah, that's what I said to Harry last night. I'm so happy because he was moaning at me saying, "Why do you make me support this shit team?" You've never seen anything.
Yeah, it's
but
lovely.
To be fair, Harry, since he was born started getting into football around the Pochettino area. So you've seen mostly good, where us lot have probably it must be the same as Simon and Dan. I've supported them for 46 years now. What about you, John?
Yeah,
we've seen a lot where Harry doesn't understand how shit we have been, like the 90s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even quite lucky, Harry, to be honest with you. This is the first dip in his lifetime. But yeah, at least you can say you won it now, can't you?
Yep.
Did you say something about one of your kids, Simon, as well? The same, or was it you?
Yeah, so my 2 youngest, one of them was born March 2008. So she was born the month after we won the Carling Cup.
Oh.
But so she was born the month after, and then Oliver's 15. So basically, they've never experienced it.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the young ones, isn't it, man? You know what I mean?
It is. Proper gets them into the game more, doesn't it?
Yeah. How old's your boy, Dan? Did he seen them win the cup before? I can't remember how old he is.
He's 17. So he's.
Did he not see it? Was he just? No, he wouldn't have seen it then, would he?
Bits and bobs, isn't it?
Well, he's seen it now, hasn't he, man?
He has seen it now. The problem is he wants to start flipping travelling next year, doesn't he? He's like, oh god.
He wants to start travelling.
He wants to start. Come on, are we going to do home and away? And I'm like,
he wants to start going back to the thing.
Yeah.
Are you going to do it?
I think I'm going to do maybe one last season where I do as many home games and away games that I can possibly get to.
Yeah.
because my job's changing, so I'm not going to be doing any shift work now. I'm just going to be Monday to Friday lunchtime. So, whoa.
Oh, that'd be a result, wouldn't it? Because I often think to myself, I don't know what you lot think. You know, them fans, and there's a couple of YouTubers that I chat to. They go to every home game, every away game, every game in Europe, whether it's home and away. And I just think to myself, but what do you do for a job? Have you got a family? Or are you just a single bloke what sits in a bedsit? How do these people do it? What jobs do they got?
There's so many people in there.
Yeah.
How do they do it, Dan?
I mean, I'm listening to some of the people. One of the guys last night paid nearly $1,000 to fly direct to fucking Bilbao, and I'm thinking, fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's
and that's without
£80 flight normally.
How much?
£80 normally to go Bilbao on fucking one of the cheap ones.
But what I say is, John, what jobs are these people got? Because most people do like Saturdays now, don't they? Part of the working week, don't they? It's not like a 5 week back. Danny's got lucky there. He's got Monday to Friday. If you don't work for yourself, I just don't know where they get the time. And if they've got the families, they must have some mental job because it ain't cheap.
You was completely on some of these YouTubers. I don't know how they're doing 6 days a week and they're not earning that much on YouTube. Fair play to them.
But that's another thing, John. They're on these YouTube channels and they can be on there for 3 or 4 hours in the weekday. Then they're on there at night. Then they're going to the games, and you think, hang on a minute. I just don't know how they do it. They can't have families, can they? I mean,
no,
I just don't know how they do it, mate.
Perhaps they're doing the old-fashioned way, signing on, working, claiming disability.
Yeah,
all in the name of Spurs.
Yeah.
But I mean, fair play to them. I mean, I thought last night the fans were mental. I ain't being biased, but you couldn't hear the Manchester United fans, even as kickoff was approaching. It was all Spurs. It was all Spurs fans you could hear. And I think they've been brilliant all season. The away fans are proper hardcore fans, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they have got, I know we slag them off to their own fan, but their away fans are top notch, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
The stadium was packed last night, wasn't it?
Huh?
The stadium was packed last night.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And having the white and blue flags up there.
How much was that ticket?
What, the stadium last night was £10.
I thought it would have been £10, yeah. Because they ran on the pitch at the end and they were saying, please get off the pitch.
Yeah, get off.
Because we've got Brighton on Sunday. No one listens, man.
No one gives a fuck, do they?
No one gives a shit. You know what I mean? All right then, lads. Oh, and Spurs.
Go marching in, go on, Lou. Sing it,
brother. This is the start.
Yes, please. Please.
The future is bright. The future is lily white. Shalom.
There, boy.
See you later, lads.
See you later.